is a fast responder.
Good. All right, here we go. So today we're going to be discussing bolts / screws. Okay, and in particular, we're going to be discussing how to describe them. Do you need papel, sir? A lapis or a pluma? Write some of this crap down, brah. Jackson, that's you, dog. By the way, I'm glad you stopped and got me a frou-frou drink on the way in today. That's ludicrous. If you're going to be late, you better not come with one of them. Funnest time ever. I don't care. Tell her that's, no. Funnest time. David, what are you doing? Awesome. Funnest time ever. This one kid was late to my class every day, and I saw him across the commons. I watched him buy a soda pop. He walks into my classroom. I said, thanks. Oh! All right, now we can start the class. Well, that was my pop. I know. Cool. Let's go. Idiot. Anyways, back to this. So, with bolts and screws, let's start off with the SAE sizes. SAE means what? Society of, not American Engineers. I know he did, but he said it louder. Automotive Engineers. And it's a fancy way of saying America, right? Right? It's our sizes, yes, the 1/2 inch, the 9/16, and the fractional measurements. There's fine, right? Now, when we call out a bolt or a screw, okay, again, this top part is called the, I'll try to draw it. I suck at drawing, so please don't hate me. This part here is called the head, or the cabeza. See? This is the body. Wonka, 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 wonka. These are the threads, obviously. I don't really care if you know this, but that's technically called the transition. And that's true on all bolts, not just America. They'll all be looking like that. That's true. That's true. So, draw nice pictures. If I took notes that were that good, I'd actually look at them again. I just always took notes to be the fact that I took them. Looking at them again made no sense to me when I got done. You're just fast and good. Must be nice. Nice. So yesterday we discussed what the head markings look like on a SAE or America bolt. So blank means what? No markings. Means grade how much? Grade 2. And it means what? These bolts are soft. Like, I wouldn't put anything together with these things. Maybe my toaster. Maybe. Okay. Grade 5. 3 markings. And that is medium. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 sides, yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nice. So, and 6 marks. Grade 8. Hard. Nice. Okay. So when a person picks up a bolt, the first thing that one should do, if one doesn't know what it is pick it up and look at the end of it and go, oh my goodness, 3 marks. Nice. It's grade 5, but also, not only does it tell me it's grade 5, it tells me it's America. It's America. Are you with me? I see 3 marks right now. I see grade 5, but it also tells me this is a SAE bolt size, period. Don't diddle fart around and go, oh, maybe it's metric. It's not metric. Metric does not use this markification on the end. You with me? As soon as I see this, bam, right now, SAE. Okay? Like, I don't know what size it is. I'll tell you what it ain't. It's not 12 millimeter. Okay? Because it's not metric. Okay? Every single time. Pick it up, look at it. All right? Now again, this only counts for like generic bolts, yes? You take a bolt off a car, like it came off a car. What car did it come off of? A 72 Plymouth, then it's SAE. How do you know? Because it was an American car made before late 80s. It was SAE, guaranteed. If it came off a Toyota, well, does it matter what year, Mr. Groom? No, Toyota always use metric. Okay? They don't always mark their heads, yes? These are just for generic bolts. Okay? Now, on metrics, we will either see one of the following. And you will see this on the camera momentarily. 8.8, which means medium. Or 10.9, which is hard. And then once in a blue moon, once in a very blue moon, maybe every 3 blue moons, you will see a 12.9, which is a very hard. Okay. Very, very hard. Mucho hardo. See? Okay. But again, as soon as I see 8.8, bam, it's metric. I don't know what it is, but it ain't 5/16, bro. Okay? I don't know what it is yet, but I'm pretty positive it's not a fraction. Question on those? Mr. Can you show us an example? My God, I'd love to. There's one. There's one. Boring. Boring. Aha! Yes. Show us a picture, Mr. Groom. Focus. What do you count there? Count them. Is 6. Nice. Grade 8. Grade 3. What does the JH mean? That's the manufacturer of the bolt. They like put their name on it, kind of. Focus! That's 8.8, dog. You see the 8.8s right there? The sucker's metric, huh? Nice. All right, we'll be looking at a bunch of that, okay? It's not a very hard concept. You know, you just got to figure it out a little bit. Now, so whenever I pick up a bolt, the first thing I always look at is, look at the head. Okay? For grade marks, which also tell you if SAE or metric. Right? So that's the first thing I always do when I pick up a bolt. Okay? Pick up a bolt. Ooh, 3 marks. America. Grade 5. Right now. Okay? Every single time. Right? It's the first thing you should always do anytime you pick up a bolt. You don't know what it is, look at the head. Okay? It takes a second. You glean all the information that you need, 2 pieces of information, just like that. Nice. Then the second thing, we're going to measure the bolt diameter. Okay. So, if Mr. Groom picks up this bolt right here, which according to the camera is clearly, what? Look at it. 3 marks, that means it's grade 5 and SAE, yes? So right off the bat, Mr. Groom is going to come in here, and I'm going to notice that it's grade 5, in this case, which of course means it's SAE, obviously, yes? Now, then Mr. Groom picks up one of these doodads right here. I'll put it up on the big screen so one can see it. Oops, maybe you can. Ooh, say, that's nice. Ooh, say, it's fancy. There's holes in it, Mr. Groom. How do I run this? See, here's the dealio. You try these bolts, you see, in the different hole sizes. I don't think that's it. Look, I'm no math teacher, but I feel like that's just too big. Now, notice I'm on the fractional sides, though, Shauna, yes, up here? Well, maybe you can see it. See them? And I'm going to find one that fits it nicely. Oh, see, it doesn't go in. Oh, it does go into 7/16. What? 7/16. You see? Like you tried on 3/8, dog. It ain't going in. Why would you try it on metric? It's not metric. We already said it was SAE, yes? So I tried on the fractional sides. 1/2 inch is just a skosh too big. 7/16. Oh, that's a nice tight fit. It was supposed to be. Okay, it's not rocket surgery. Okay? So 7/16. I'm going to jot that down. 7/16. What delineates this bolt from another bolt of the same diameter? What would you need to tell me about it? No, I already know it's metric. It's 7/16 for guys. So what kind of thread pitch it has? Yes? Yes? How coarse the threads are, and I already talked about that here. So if I had this already, if I just knew it was a grade 5, which of course means SAE, and 7/16. There's two more things you need to tell me about this bolt. One is thread pitch, yes, coarse or fine threads, and what's the other thing? What? No. Well, okay, you're not. Listen, that's not a bad thing. Because she actually paid attention to this. Mr. Groom, what if it was what if it was a different head on or something? It was like a socket head instead. Okay, technically you're right. That's not what I was going for, so points to you. Nice job. What I was going for is length. Are you with me? Length, yes? Because a little fart this long could still have a grade 5, 7/16, yes? And the same thread pitch as this fella, yes? But a different length. Are you with me? Okay. Now, remember, so the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to measure length next. That's what I do, but you don't have to. This next part, it's either here, it's either you can do it in whatever order you like it in, measure the length. And this is what I would do, is this. Here's your head. Whee! One is going to measure from here at the bottom of the head to the end of the bolt. Okay? So, interestingly enough, this little measuring device here is pretty swell. By the way, one would think that one could buy these anywhere. You cannot. You cannot. I've called the bolt manufacturers, and they're like, "Oh, we can't sell those to you." I'm like, what? They're just a piece of plastic. Why can't you? Ooh, yeah, we can't sell them. So I asked Mr. H. He goes, "Yeah, when I bought a whole bin full of bolts a few years ago, I convinced him to throw in like 8 of them." I'm like, what? It's like they're made out of gold or something. I don't know. Anyways, right on here, you see, Mr. Guru, I can like hook right on here my edge of my bolt thusly. You see it? And then it comes down and it looks like it measures where? Right just over 2.5 inches. You see that right there? See 2.5? Oops. Yes, 1. Wait, Mr. Groom can't add. Wait, oh, the other direction. There we go. Sorry. All right. I was going the wrong direction. That's weird, friend. There we go. I'm sorry. How long? 4 inches. I can't run a tape measure, apparently. Maybe it is rocket surgery. All right. 4 inches in this case. Nice. And then the last thing, I'm going to grab me one of these thread pitch indicators here. And this is American. You know how come I know it's American? I'll tell you why. Because it doesn't have anything on the side that says metric. And American sizes will always be double-digit numbers. Okay? Like 13, 14, 18, 25, whatever. Are you with me? Metrics will always be something like 1, 1.0, 1.25, 1.9. They'll always be decimals. Okay? And we'll talk about why that is later on. Okay? So I take this little doodad here, and I get my glasses on, I think. Can you grab my glasses out there around the corner, I think? Just find them? My safety glasses there? Yeah. Thanks. I can't see without those dang things on. I bet it works better now. Thank you. Kids yesterday, I was ripping them for not wearing their safety glasses. Well, you're not wearing them. I take them off to see where I'm freaking going and walk around the shop. I get dizzy when I'm wearing them like this, okay? Get off my back. Anyway, one can see, maybe. Focus. Stop it. Where am I going? It's backwards. Anyway, one can see, oh, fart. Well, I can see anyways that it fits nicely. Nice. And so this turns out to be 14 threads. And what does 14 mean? So my threads means 14, and that's threads per inch. What does that mean to me? What does that mean to me? There's 14 threads per inch. What does that physically mean about this bolt? For every inch, there's 14 threads. Well, you're not wrong. Listen, when I turn this thing around, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 14 times, how far down in the metal should it have gone? 1 inch. That's what it means, okay? Now, think about this for a minute. Let's try this just for fun. This is now, we're done with this problem right now. We're basically done with this problem. I'm going to tell you how I want it phrased momentarily, but focus on this. If I have 14 threads per inch, that is 1/14 of an inch per turn. Is that true? Yes. What is that as a decimal? I need a calculator. 1/14 as a decimal is 0.07 something. 0.0714. Are you with me? 71 thousandths of an inch it will have gone in, yes, if I turn it one time. Here's a question. What if I only turn it 90 degrees? 90 degrees is what part of a turn? 1/4 of a turn? 1/4 out of an inch, you idiot, of a turn. So 1/4 of this is what? Times that by 0.25 if you would, please, dear. Or divide that by faux. Divide by faux. .0178. In other words, if I turn it 90 degrees, it will go into the metal or whatever we're looking at, 0.0178 of an inch. Okay? That's exact. It's not kind of, it's exact. So later on, when we start talking about torque some more, we used to just talk about just this many foot-pounds. And for some things, we still do. But on the really important things, we also want to talk about exactly how much did the bolt stretch. Because at some point, the two pieces of metal are together. They cannot be any closer together. They're literally on top of one another. I'm going to keep clamping down on them and clamping them together. That's true. I'm putting more force on them. But I can actually measure how much the bolt is stretching based on this. Because when I turn the bolt down another 1/4 of a turn, it goes down. Well, you're saying the screw went in 0.0178 inches, and I agree with you, it did. But the metals did not get any closer together. For God's sakes, they're already touching one another, yes? It's not like you can, like two bodies, if you keep, well, for instance, Star Wars back in the day, right? They're in the trash compactor scene. You're like, I love you, Leia. Me too. Or whatever. I don't remember who was in the dumb thing, because I watched that movie one time. That was the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life. You don't care if we tell Barnett. I don't care. It's the stupidest movie I've ever seen in my life. Anyway, like, oh, I love you too. Did they keep getting closer together? Yeah, if they're like right here, yes. Why? Because they're flesh, you see. They keep getting smooshed together. But metal, can you get them closer together? No. They're right there. So what has to give? The bolt has to give. Are you with me? The bolt is actually stretching. You see this? And it takes a certain amount of force, you see, to stretch a piece of steel like that, yes? And so that amount of force is how much what we call clamping force that you have smooshing these two pieces of steel together. Okay? And so each car will require a certain amount of force, and it will tell you, we want you to take it down to like 50 foot-pounds or whatever, and then go another 1/4 of a turn, or 90 degrees. Okay? Sometimes it'll be 70 degrees. You're like, why? I don't know, because someone smarter than me said it takes this much force to stretch a bolt that far, and that's how much force we'd like to have smashing our engine parts together. Okay? Super nice and tight. Okay? It is not hard. Oh my goodness, it is not hard. All right? It is 14 threads per inch. Flip that over. That means there's 1/14 of an inch per thread. Nice. And then if you go 1/4 of that or 90% of that or whatever, there you go. Sweet. Nice. Piece of cake. Now, we're going to come back to that a lot. So here's the deal. On this deal up here, I'd like you to tell me that you have a grade 5. I'd like you to tell me that it is a 7/16 inch bolt, right? What was our 14 threads per inch? And I'd like you to tell me that it is 4 inches long. That's not grade Z, it's grade 5. Nice. Nice. Those are the 4 pieces of information I need to hear from you. Okay? 7/16 of an inch. That's the bolt diameter. It's 4 inches long. 14 threads per inch. By the way, is that coarse or fine thread? I threw it down. Where'd I put it? I put it back in here. It's coarse. How do I know it's coarse? They're pretty far apart. Pretty far apart. This guy here, yeah, it's pretty fine threads. They're pretty close together. Mm-hmm. What would it be for fine threads for 7/16? I don't know. I don't memorize this crap. Okay, I just measure the damn thing. Okay, let's try another one, shall we? No, it's boring. Well, let's do this one. That'll be hot. Okay, now for metric, For metric, okay, again, I always look at head. Cool. So let's do it. Oops, where are we at? Oh, focus. 8.8, which means it is 8.8, which tells us that it's not only grade, it's a medium grade, it is metric. Right off the bat. Right off the bat. Right? And then number 2, okay, I'm going to measure the diameter. So once again, I grab my little doodad here, but this time I'm going to be looking at the metric side. How do I know it's metric side, David? Good question. These ones have fractions, these ones don't. There you go. Ta-da, ta-da. It ain't 8. Oh, look, it fits to the 10 hole. Oh. Hey, look at that. It fits to the 10 hole, Mr. Groom. Nice. That means it is a 10 millimeter. 10 millimeter. Wait. What else do I want to know? The length. Yes, indeedy. If I was from back east, I'd say the length. Now, pay attention to this. It measures from this end. I'm going to not screw it up this time. Hook your bolt over the end of it thusly. 70 millimeters long. Remember, 70 millimeters, it sounds like a lot, but millimeters are tiny. Mr. Groom. I thought you measured thread pitch first last time. Hold the train forward, back and stuff. I go. Okay, with me. First thing is always diameter. Okay, and then the other two I don't really care about. Wasn't it?
I was just curious if when we did like the side as well as
No. And don't cross pollinate. If it's metric, it's all metric. Yesterday I had to go to ACE. Ugh, I hate that story. Anyway, had to go by a volt. So I look on there. It says M10. Nice. One thread pitch that I wanted. Nice. 70 millimeters or whatever I said. There it is, right there. Bam. Okay. I had to go buy a part for a car. These kids keep losing bolts. I'm over it now. I'm not really over it, Sean. That's a lie. This one says SAE on it. I don't want that one. It says metric. That's hot. But if I didn't know it was metric, I could look on it and go 0.9. Oh, this sounds metric-y. Now, this is the right bolt. Cool. Let's get a camera back up. Okay. Oh, friends. You see that? Oh, get over here. Anyway, it fits. You see that? It fits. It's not hard. If you can't figure out that fit, you got problems. Anyway, it says 1.5. 1.5. Almost. Notice that there's no units on it. You're like, is it threads per inch? Look, I'm no math teacher here, but I feel like there's more than 1.5 threads in an inch here. You with me? That doesn't make sense. What it really means is this. The threads on a metric are given slightly different. They are given thusly. I'm going to draw another bolt here if you don't mind. Whee! And then out here, I'm just going to give it one of these numbers. These are my threads. That make sense? See what I'm talking about? Those are my threads. So what that means is this. There is 1.5 millimeters between threads. That make sense? That's how metric's done. Okay? So what we're saying is that this on this little comb here, wherever it went, this little comb, if one were to measure, oh, I can't even read that. Yes, if one were to no, you stop. If one were to measure, stop it, the distances between those teeth with a ruler, one would see they're 1.5 millimeters apart, is what we're saying. Make sense? Okay. Nice. All right, so, wait. Didn't we just do this a minute ago on the SAE bolts, sort of? We said there's 14 threads per inch, but then we flipped it over and we said that there's for one turn, you go 1/14 of an inch. Or another way of saying that is 1/14 of an inch between threads. Does that make sense? It's the same thing. So the difference is that this doesn't phrase it that way. We have to stop and look at it backwards, kind of. In other words, this metric kind of gets us to how far apart they are in that regard. Okay? Meaning that every time I turn a metric bolt one full turn, how far in does it go? 1.5 millimeters. That's right. And if I go a quarter of a turn, it's a quarter of that. Yeah. Make sense? Now, how do I phrase this? I would say that this bolt is an M10. That's how it's always phrased. M10, metric 10. That's how it's always phrased. Okay? 1.5 by 70 millimeters. Grade 8.8. It always just says M10. That's how they phrase their deals. Okay, in that order. Right? Okay. Now, what I'd like to do is this. What do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, here you go. You. Went in somewhere. I don't care. Don't even just Nathan up here. That's good. There you go. You guys have to share. Here are 2 bolts you can play with. There's a bolt for you. Another bolt for you. Bolt for you. No, not that one. No. What are the odds that every bolt I grab is metric? Sir, you guys talk about this at the table. Here. One, and you. There you go, girl. Oh, actually, that's a good one. Good one. Talk amongst yourselves with this, please. There you go. So measure them out. Oh, I missed you? Sorry. Grab those things down for one.
Wait, don't give me
Okay, first, you look at the head. Is that metric or is that standard? Metric. There you go. Try that. See what you think. Figured out? I'm sorry, you have to share. I'm sorry. I feel bad. Are you okay? Is everything good? What? Oh, you need a deal. Oh my God, I'm so stupid. Oh, I'm so sorry. Here's one of those. And here you need one of these. You need to share these. I brought them in and I didn't pass them around. What an idiot. Oh, I'm in a kerfuffle this morning. Here's a metric for you guys. You're going to have to pass them around to share. Here's a metric to start with. Here, you guys have a metric to start with. Here, you guys have an SAE to start with. Here, you have a metric to start with. Here, you have a... Okay? Yeah. Is there what, sir? Is there coffee? Yes. There you go. All right. If you need a metric and you don't have a metric, then share with the people next to you at the tables, okay? Yeah. That's all I have. I don't have a ton of these because you don't use them very often. This is for this first period I need it. For this first assignment deal, then I need them, and then you're like, after that I don't need them anymore. Okay? All right? Sure. Oh, for SAE? Oh, sure. Sure. Something like that. Something like that. What's the matter? You good? You glad to be done with sports for a while? Oh, you're not done. So when did this Isaiah thing happen? Oh, really? You been hiding it from me? Okay. All right. Because I saw you all kind of googly-eyed outside the door, and I'd like peek outside to see what was going on out there. All right. What's up? You need an SAE one? You can probably trade with Therese. Therese, you have an SAE we can borrow back here for the thread pictures?
Oh, yeah.
You have to just share on that. I'm
You
sure.
need the microphone. I don't like this phone. 1.5.
Yeah. Go on out. What? Yes, of course. You know this? What else you need? Where you at? You're all done? You get them all measured? What did you put here on this scale? Grade what? Grade 5, and it's like what? Half inch? Half inch by 4-ish? Yes? And you're 13? Nice. What's this sucker?
Yeah, 1.5.
No, it's not 8.8. For God's sake, no, it literally says 10.9. Which means it's metric, which means it's what size then? 12. And then you use the metric on it, what'd you get?
3.
I'm not judging. I feel like it's 1.5. Well, I don't know. Let's look.
Wait,
Let's look. I don't know. You might be right.
how do you get 2.76?
My God, he is right.
Oh, I didn't
Look at
write
that.
that down.
What? All right, let's go. Pass them around. No, not the bolts, but make sure everyone gets it, because not everybody has a thread pitch indicator, yes? Like some tables only got metrics, some tables only got SAE. Pass them around, share them up. Sir. Right, so you want. All right. Sir, ma'am, what's up? Looking at you, I said, what?
Right now. Before I was working.
Hey, listen. Can I see yours, Treese? Can I see Treese's? What's this one?
That's the SAE.
Hang on, I'm looking. Hey, look. You said it was grade 5. I concur. By what? By what size? Diameter? 7/16 by 2.5. Okay. Hey.
We got 2.76.
Listen, that's okay. Listen, if you told me this was 2 7/16 inches long, I probably wouldn't get all angry about it because you've never bought bolts. Okay. Typically, they only sell bolts in quarter-inch increments. Typically, you may have gotten special ones. Wouldn't cry about it, though. You with me? I would not cry about it. If you said 2 7/16, it's alright. And then what'd you get for thread pitch diameter? 14 threads per inch. Give me another one. I want to see what you guys do. What about this next? Let's talk through this one, shall we? Oh, you didn't do this one yet?
No, we did the SAE.
Oh, okay. Well, you keep going. Let's talk through this one, shall we? Hey, this one right here. This one right here that you had. 10.9. Shh. Quiet, please. Why are you still talking? Shh. Thank you. You're freaking me out. According to this, I know it's a metric because why? 10.9. So then you stuffed it in one of these holes. And which hole did you say it went through, sir? A 12. So M12. That's right. That's right. And then you measured it, and then you wrote this down somewhere. And you said it was how long? 70 mil. And then you checked the thread pitch, and you got 1.75. Nice. Okay? That's a pretty coarse thread, yes? They're a long distance apart. Okay. All right, what did you guys get there on yours? Which one? Let me see here. Let me throw that thing. Don't throw it, I guess. I'm a person, but I don't need an accent report today. The way my day is going, that'd be the next thing would happen. A meeting and an accident report. Shh, quiet. So Jeremiah, what'd you get here on this one?
Grade 5.
It is a grade 5. Listen carefully on this one here. You have to look really hard to see the 3 little marks. They're little tiny fellers. They're inside the bolt there, kind of, but they're there. Grade 5. And then what size?
3/8 in diameter.
By God, it is 3/8. Well done.
3 inches long.
3 inches long. Nice. 16. Grab that phone. Grab it. Go grab it. Hurry now. Run. So it's 3/8. Right? It's grade 5. And it was, what, how long was it? 3 inches long?
Yeah.
There. 16. All right, thanks. Bye. Jaden, go to the office. Take the junk with you. All right. All right. Yes. Excellent. Okay. Now, this is as hard as it gets, friends. It's not rocket surgery. We will be doing this as a lab tomorrow. Part of this. Part of the day tomorrow, not the entire day, because I feel like I only do this so many times. Okay, let me see yours. Okay, okay, so listen. Pencil. Listen, I purposely did not hand this one out. This is a specialty bolt. And you're like, what does it mean? And the answer is, I'm pretty positive, but I'm not 100%, but I'm pretty sure that it's a grade 5. Okay? But it has 4 marks, and it's pretty weird, and I don't know. Okay? Now, I don't really care. If I had picked it out of the deal at the Ace Hardware and it said grade 5, I'd probably roll with it. Okay? But it's a specialty piece, which is why I did not pass it out at the next one. I apologize. I'll just put medium. It's fine. I would not ask you that on the assignment. You would think I'd give you ones that are clearly marked. So who is this? Jezreel, is this yours? So, focus. 8.8, so it's metric, yes. What size, dear? 12, yes. How long? 35 millimeters, beautiful. And how many threads per inch? Or, I'm sorry, what was the grade I should say? So what'd you say, M12? M12. And what was the threads per inch, or the thread pitch? I can't hear you, dear. 1.5? Nice. Very nice. Okay? Now, that is where we're going with this stuff. Okay? Now, tomorrow, as I say, there will be a lab. On your table, on each table, there will be a collection of bolts. And you'll have to go through and pick up them. They'll be labeled. For God's sakes, don't move them. Don't move them. Just sit down, measure, move on. Okay? Obviously, there's going to be some, you're going to have to move on, Okay? And you have to share a little bit. Okay. Now, part of the day tomorrow, we'll also be discussing some torque stuff. So we'll have a lab part of the period, and we'll be learning part of the period as well. So that's kind of where we're heading.